Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker, and I'd like to thank the Honourable Member for Chingford and Woodford Green for bringing forward this important debate. And I recognise that, quite rightly, the debate has focused on our responsibility to support Ukraine's war effort against Putin's unprovoked and illegal attack in Ukraine. I would like to talk about our continued commitment to those Ukrainians here, as the members for Gosport and Bath both mentioned in their contributions. Since the start of Russia's invasion into Ukraine, over 218,000 Ukrainians have arrived in the UK under the Ukraine Family and Sponsorship Scheme. I'm incredibly proud of my constituency of Chichester that has taken more Ukrainian refugees than any other city in this country, and they have now become a valued part of our community. So now more than ever, we must stand firmly with our Ukrainian friends, both defending their sovereign territory, but also ensuring that those here are able to live safely and comfortably. The original visa scheme, as the Minister will know, was for 3-year visas, and with the 3-year anniversary marked this week, many of those visas are now expiring. Ukrainians have been asked by the government to apply for the Ukrainian Permission Extension Scheme, which will extend their visa for a further 18 months. However, they are only allowed to apply for that extension scheme when their visa has 28 days or less left on it. This is causing a myriad of difficulties for that community, including their ability to renew employment contracts, extend leases or find new accommodation and set up new leases on rented accommodation, or commit to education opportunities. So I recently had the opportunity to visit Bishop Luffer School in Chichester last month, and I met a group of Ukrainian students who not only have become well-liked pupils by staff and students, but have also excelled in their studies and are expected to finish their A-levels with high grades across the board in subjects like mathematics and the sciences. Those students that I met are the doctors and the scientists of the future. Yet there is no clear direction from the Department of Education with regards to how these students should pursue higher education, be it via the same routes as their UK counterparts that they've studied with, or as refugees, or as international students. I have raised this with the Secretary of State for Education, and I hope that there will be clearer guidance in the near future for those students that are desperate to study in the UK.
Would she give way?
Happily give way.
I thank my honourable friend for giving way. I've spoken to many Ukrainian families who have made their homes in Glastonbury and Somerset after fleeing Russians' the aggression of Ukraine. But many of them are concerned about the decision to exclude time spent in the UK under the long residence route. And that's different to other schemes, and it could be subject to costly legal challenges. Does my honourable friend share my concerns over this?
I thank the Honourable Member for her intervention, and I absolutely share her concerns that the time spent here is not counting towards right to remain or settled status. And as the Honourable Member for Gosport mentioned, they have found homes, they have built communities here in the UK, and they'd just like to know either way what's going to happen to them in the future. And the young people that I was speaking about are often cared for by one parent or grandparents, while their other family members defend Ukraine's sovereign country. Some families have reported that estate agents are requesting from these single-parent families a 6-month deposit up front to rent to Ukrainian families, which is untenable across the country, but especially in areas like Chichester, where the average one-bedroom flat is £1,200 a month. Employers are also asking for proof of visa status, which is causing the families additional stress when they are waiting for a visa decision, sometimes just days before their visa expires. And for those Ukrainians on zero-hour contracts, it's directly impacting their ability to earn money, to contribute to UK society and provide a safe roof over their heads for them and their dependents. If the Ukrainians were given a window of 90 days from expiration of their visa, which was originally proposed by the Home Office, rather than the very short time frame they are being given, the situation could be vastly improved. And I would like to thank Apora, which is the UK charity supporting Ukrainians here in the UK, for all the support that they are giving those families navigating what can quite often be a complicated, convoluted and long process reapplying for these schemes. and also for giving me the time to brief me properly on the situation that these families are finding themselves in. So I know the conversation today will quite rightly be dominated by what we can do for Ukraine and our steadfast support, which is shared across the House. But I hope the Minister is working closely with his Home Office colleagues so that while we support those brave Ukrainians heroically defending their country, we can also continue to support the community of Ukrainians here in the UK.